All right. Welcome everybody to this special Halloween episode
Is
of
it the
Awfully
Halloween
Sus.
episode?
Yeah.
Oh, so what
Yeah,
a
this
surprise you have for us. I didn't...
what that is coming out on Halloween.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's coming out. I thought we should have dressed up then.
I
Yeah,
know. I would have
true.
worn I would have worn a whole outfit if you guys asked me to.
I
But
don't I don't have any Halloween costumes though.
Yeah, I would have just been Fred again.
Fred again.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that,
yeah,
that costume is timeless now. Now you can just be Fred or Fred again or Fred again. It just keeps on going.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's a Halloween episode, and we've got a great, very special guest with us.
Yes, music enthusiast. It is Precious. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. You
Thanks
guys
for
are the
coming on.
coolest. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for making the time, man. We're stoked to have you on. But yeah, I am in a different location now. I'm in a secluded bedroom.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Why?
because I have neighbors now. I
Okay.
Yeah.
in the apartment complex I live in, it's like mostly old people. There's a couple young people, but um a couple of weeks ago, like, and all of the apartments are two bedrooms max.
Okay.
Somehow there's like four dudes living in this two-bedroom apartment that moved in there, and they oh, this is the best part. I didn't even tell you guys. They all have these huge, just like annoying trucks, like
Okay.
just lifted, either like murdered out or like with these giant poles on them that light up, and
Holy.
Truck
they're
nuts.
yeah, probably. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been examined for truck nuts, but I wouldn't doubt it. But um,
Kind
yeah,
of
and
reminds me of when I lived in Sheridan College. They were just like I lived at Founders Hall, and there would be like this loud trucks too.
mhm.
Especially like the kids who like went there for like diesel tech or something like that. It would just 7 a.m. They're ready to go.
Getting
Yeah,
coffee from Holiday and a fucking rev up of the truck.
dude, that's straight up what it is. It literally starts at like 10 a.m. some days. They'll go out there, and like I honestly am jealous of how just like pumped they are to attack the day every day. They go out there and they start yelling, and then
What?
it's just like a bunch of like, let's go inside, it's time to do whatever, and then they all get in their different trucks and they start revving them. So it's just 10 a.m. and just and then they all cheer every time they rev. They all
What?
they all cheer. They all go. Woo! and then it starts again. They do all their trucks. They make all the rounds. Everybody revs their engine. They all cheer, and then they're out. And the
Oh
whole ceremony
God.
takes like an hour usually.
Oh wow.
No
Oh wow.
shot.
Yeah, it starts with them bumping their music at 10 a.m. They have this like huge JBL party speaker that they have for
Oh
four
my
dudes in the
days.
house, and I'll just hear it from the other room, just like, and I'm like, okay, they're starting, and they'll like be rummaging around, and then they go out and do the revving ceremony, take off, and then they come back at 5 every day and do the same thing, and then it's like probably 5 parties a week.
Oh God.
Five.
Oh
Yeah,
God. Oh
they'll
God.
hit it. They'll hit it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Holy.
These boys are crazy.
Yeah.
They are crazy. They are crazy.
Yeah, usually they aren't here during recording hours, probably because they're at the bars or something.
Mm.
But now since we're doing it a little bit earlier, I had to move into the soundproof room so that
Yeah,
you guys didn't have to hear their party. But
that's fair.
Awesome.
yeah, and the music they play is always ass too.
So, like, what is it?
Dude, they were bumping I forget what it
Broadway.
is. No,
Morgan Wallen.
no, it's just shitty rap music. Like
Oh,
they're bumping like a bad Lil Dicky song the other day. Yeah. And I was like, that's the most random. Like,
Lil Dicky mention is crazy.
I
I
know.
haven't listened to Lil Dicky since like that one song that he had with Chris Brown. Was that even Lil Dicky?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
Oh
Freaky
yeah,
Friday.
yeah, Freaky Friday. I think that's the only Lil
dude,
Dicky song I
when
know.
we were out during spring break in Florida, I had never heard that song out before, and they played that at this club, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's fire!" Like, that's getting me going right now. Holy shit! I woke up Chris Breezy today, dude. Oh, when we start
Yeah.
playing that, cut him some slack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Gotta count
yeah.
as like it's that. I've heard Motorsport like 5 times.
Oh,
Um, I heard them play Type Shit one
There
time,
we go.
and
oh,
I was
okay.
like, okay, fellas, all right. And then it was back to like, then it was back to just like old Migos. Like I haven't heard much past 2020 from them.
Wow.
Oh,
I
tough.
know maybe Toby could go in there and rev up an engine and
Yeah, I wouldn't
well,
doubt it.
he could ox up.
Yeah, they need to watch the video we did with Toby and get some of his songs off of Toby's bracket and get it in their rotation. It'd be a little bit better.
Yeah. It's
That's too
funny.
bad.
Yeah, but what we're doing today, Chromacopia came out on Monday morning. Ethan, you stayed up for it. If you guys are watching this and aren't following the Instagram or TikTok, we're awfully sus on both of those too. Go look because you can see Ethan's journey of staying up all night until Chromacopia's release.
7 in the morning, 7:13 in the morning. I called it a night,
Oh, damn.
and I had to recover today. I slept 10 hours today.
That
Fucking
is
terrible.
insane.
That was
Insane.
bad.
Love the loyalty though. I
Yeah,
don't
I had to do
it's
it, bro.
it's weird because I didn't even go to class on Monday. I probably could have stayed up, but I just the thought of actually staying up to like that late was like just jarring for me. I was like, I could not. And then I saw a tweet by Tyler saying like, "Oh, like guys, go to bed. Like the album will be there in the morning." I was like, you know what? I'm going to bed now.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's what I
so
saw too, and that's what
yeah,
convinced me. I was like, okay, he said go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna wake
you know
up
what?
and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But
And
Ethan, I'm glad you did because that's a unique album listening
it
experience.
oh
was.
yeah.
It was. I was kind of tweaking in my room by 6 in the morning. I was like, "Oh, that is Glorilla. Holy shit! It's fucking." I was wrong. Yeah, but it was fun. It was
Yeah.
really cool. I didn't really look at Twitter,
Mhm.
so it's kind of my own. Yeah,
Yeah.
Scopia
Yeah.
bubble at fucking 4 in the morning. But I was
Yeah.
playing COD with Zay anyways, pretty late. So I was like,
Mm,
yeah, shout out Zay. That's what
yeah.
got me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're already awake grinding, you might as well. You know, if you're up at that hour.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
But yeah, today we're ranking the songs from Chromacopia. What do you guys think overall, without like getting into the details of the songs? You know, like what do you guys think of the album?
Actually, honestly, I think my initial listen before I actually listened to it for just for this podcast, I think maybe might have been rushed a little. Just because like when I first heard Noid, I was just kind of like, I don't know. It just a lot of the songs to me kind of felt like I was kind of listening to Call Me If You Get Lost again. But and then like taking a different like I guess different like time to like actually just sit down today and just like listen, actually like change my perspective a little bit. I just felt like now a lot of my because initially Loudly when he texted me, I was like, "Oh, what do you think of Chromakopia?" I was like, "Ah, 7 out of 10 maybe." But now I'll say like I'll give it like a decent like 8.9, almost like 9 out of 10, honestly, after my second listen. But I genuinely think it was a good album. Tyler's a really like creative person with, just like especially like with the how like he like presents albums, it's just like from a different angle, from a different perspective. And also like Glorilla, holy, I love Glorilla.
Yeah.
I also love Dochi too. I just like, bad bitch energy type music,
Hmm.
So hearing Sexy Red, Glorilla under Dochi, that actually made was one of the things that made my rankings really high.
Damn,
Ethan.
that'll, I guess Precious and I might butt heads later on in this video.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sorry. We'll get to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I've basically the last 3 days of my life have just been just listening to it. So that's
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't less today. Still try listening today, but
Yeah.
it's like just a generational run from Flower Boy.
Mm,
Like
mm, yeah.
the amount of artists that'll like nowadays, like my dad always is like, no one drops albums anymore. It's just like single. People just want streams and like no one really drops albums. I was like, Tyler does. Tyler drops fucking
Yeah.
albums. And
Yeah.
like it's a great run. I would also agree, like first listen, I was I liked it, but I kind of was like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then second listen, it just kind of got better and better and better.
mhm, yeah,
Uh, um, I would put it right now. It's probably 3 or 4 range for Tyler albums,
hmm
maybe
yeah,
probably
yeah,
4. I'd give it like a 8-9 to like a 9-3-4 range, like high 8,
yeah,
low ish. Yeah, I don't know. It's really good though.
yeah.
There's some really powerful songs on it, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think the one where it was like talking about kind of like his sexuality also. I don't know if you heard that one. Can't remember what song it is, but the rapping on the song was just really good. And then a lot of like the annoyed, I just keep thinking about like the African, like just like the language in it. Kind of caught me off guard at first because Noid came out before
Yeah.
everything else, and I remember posting on my story. I was like, "Wait, this is interesting," but yeah, it's always different, and Tyler's just really cool. Yeah.
I think it's a Nigerian sample too, which I
Oh
thought was
yeah, yeah. I was listening to that. And I was like, I texted my mom today. I was like, wait, what kind of? Because I don't speak that language. She was
yeah.
looking kind of disappointed in me, but we'll get to that later, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you guys. The first listen, I thought there was like a lot of really cool moments, and there's definitely some songs that I was moved by as well. But it felt like there was like a lot more like ebbs and flows to the album in general, just
Mhm.
like highs and low points. But then going back to it, I was like, and thinking about the video that we did last time, where we were ranking the albums. I like I kind of thought this album was more of like a polished cherry bomb.
Mhm.
Like it is kind of all over the place stylistically, but it does like stay within the bounds of its own world, I think, which is really cool. Um and the highs and lows for the album really work in its favor on this album.
Yeah,
Like how Cherry Bomb is kind of all over the place in like a bad way. This album, I think it really takes you on a emotional journey, which is cool.
Yeah.
There's songs that are like super energetic. There's songs that are deeper
Mhm.
cuts. There's songs that are like really personal.
Yeah,
So I really like it too. I think it'd be around the 9 range for me as well.
I do want
yeah.
to preface before we start on the rankings. Like I like every song on the album. Like
Mhm.
every song is good on this album. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll say the same too. I think they might just be like two. For me, I think I generally base the song off like its replay value. Like
Yeah.
aside from just like the hype right now, like oh Tyler dropped a really cool album. Like, do I still want to listen to it? Like maybe like 3 months ago, or if I like 3 months, into the future, or if I if it happened to come on my shuffle, I'll be like, oh hell no, like that song was like it was popping then, but now I just
Yeah.
can't stand it. So I just kind of based that on how I rank the songs too.
I put that. I put some thought of replay value in my.
Yeah.
Some of these songs are a little like heavy, like definitely heavy.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to
Yeah.
listen to Hey Jane every
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I
every
was,
day.
I was, yeah, I was definitely thinking Hey Jane too. I was like, but it's still good work. It's still, if you kind of just want to like chill and just like look at, I might listen to Hey Jane while I'm like locking in on school compared to like if I was like, I don't know, walking around campus trying to film myself before a class. I don't know. Probably
Yeah.
listen to Sticky. Probably listen to Sticky if I was walking to class, fashionably late, trying to film myself out on a really
Mm.
good fit. So,
I love to walk
yeah.
the fucking UW campus with there's one
Yeah.
time, just one
Yeah.
time, just fucking Patrick Bateman walked to Sticky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, it's all right. All right. Well, should we get to the rankings? Number 14.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
into it. I have another surprise for this rankings, and it's another slideshow.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So let me see if I can pull it up here. All right, the correct rankings.
Correct.
Hello.
Just because Loudon says correct.
No, I honestly don't even know if these are correct for me. Like I moved them around all day. I had a couple that were switching spots for me.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, this is just like first week.
Mhm.
How we rank the songs. Yeah, like we said, they'll probably be different for us down the road. Starting off at number 14, I do have Noid.
What?
Yeah,
That is insane.
Oh,
I can't believe that. I
yeah, what?
cannot.
I do have Noid. This is
No
the one point
way.
on the album
Loudon, can
where
I interrupt you for a second?
yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
go ahead.
catch the transition from Ratata into Noid?
Yes, absolutely. And I thought it was amazing. I like
Yeah, and
the production
that's
on this
kind of what,
song.
yeah, that's kind of what, made Noid kind of in my top rankings. But go on, go on, go on.
I
Oh
love
yeah.
the Nigerian sample, and I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
love the second part of Noid when it's
Mm.
left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. It's
Yeah.
so tough for me.
Yeah,
But whatever,
yeah.
Loudon. All right.
No, no, yeah, like you said, I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, the only like my first 2 points on this song are like the high points. Like it's insane production. Like it's a new direction for him. Samples crazy. Like the instruments that he includes are different as well. I think it's a really cool song, but I just think it's the one that doesn't really fit into the album. I think if it would have went um Saint Chroma, Ratata into Darling I think it would have been a better flow for the
Yeah.
album. Ethan, go
I
ahead.
gotta say something. So that's why I felt like the reason why I didn't want to listen to Noid before the album dropped. I feel like it probably would have been a lot lower for me too, because it just the snippets I'd heard of it, I was like, that sounds like weird and not a very good lead
Hmm.
single. And then
Yeah.
I felt like
Yeah.
with the album, because I feel like it does fit the album. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I would say the same thing too. I feel like Noid kind of fits the album. I just, you know, from just kind of like the album art also, I was just expecting, just because like Tyler has been saying like he's been trying to like lean into like his African roots for a long time. Like his last name is Okoma. He's actually originating from Nigeria. Just like so honestly, I wasn't surprised, hearing some of the stuff that I heard on Noid on Chromakopia. But yeah, yeah, I can also see where you're coming from too. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I can
yeah,
see. So I feel like Noid doesn't have a ton of replay value. Like
Oh
probably
yeah.
the least
Yeah.
replay value on the album, maybe.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
that argument. But I don't know. I think as a song and the transition from Ratata into Noid, like it is a cool
Hmm.
experience when you do it. I don't know. That's I guess my where I'm at.
yeah. No, I
Also,
still
like,
thought it was great, but yeah,
I want to ask you guys a question. So, like, do you think do songs like change for you when you hear them? Like, for instance, if like I heard like a song like playing out of song speakers compared to like when I heard them playing on my headphones, or compared to like when I hear them on like maybe like a sample on a song or something, does that change for you? Like, if you guys understand what I mean. Like sometimes songs that are like I hear for the first time doesn't really sound good to me, but then I hear it off songs like Speaker and I'm like, oh wait, that kind of goes hard. And
Yeah,
then I listen to it later, I'm like, wait, that kind of also kind of goes hard. But I don't know. It might be this. It might be the same thing with Chromacopia. Like songs that I've heard, like for instance, I don't mean to slide Drake into this conversation, but
Oh, let
I
me
I
Drake.
gotta I
Drake, we're
gotta
Drake talking. All
but
right.
but yeah, I a lot of the songs that were on Drake's last album, I heard them on TikTok, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe kind of hits for a little compared to when I first heard them for the first time, and it just didn't hit for me like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
oh
know.
yeah, I totally feel that. Because I listened to the album for the first time on my Sony speaker, like in the
Hmm.
shower, then in the kitchen and living room while I was getting ready and stuff, and then listening to it for the second time on my headphones, complete different experience. Like you can hear
Yeah.
all
So
these new sounds and different like voices coming through. Then like listening to it in
yeah.
the car, it's like you can feel the bass more, like you feel more of the energy of the song. So yeah, I totally feel that. I think there's different songs that are better in different like listening circumstances, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Future for me. Every time I hear like I
Ooh,
like
that's
you can
that's a
snooze
good
through a
example.
feature album and then a future album. You can kind of just put it on and not really think much of it, and then you like hear a snippet of like literally on TikTok about an hour
Mm,
before this,
yeah.
someone's making some shrimp fucking tacos to a future song off the new mixtape, and I was like, that's so tough. That sounds so.
Yeah.
Do I not notice that? Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like that's the same. I guess like even when I was listening to Ian's new album too, I didn't. it was kind of like a hit and miss for me. At some point, I was like, okay, like if it's like I'm hearing the same thing over and over again, but then 3.5, I heard it like a little,
3.5 is so tough.
and then I had to go look at my likes, and I was like, wait, I had 3.5 in my likes, but why does it sound way better now? And then I was listening to it for a lot of yesterday, a lot of like past weekend, but yeah, yeah.
Song's tough.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
All
So,
right.
what do you guys have at 14? Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'll feel about this, Precious, but my 14 is Balloon. Yeah.
Tough.
I know.
Tough.
I know.
Damn, why?
I
Why?
just I just feel like that song for me doesn't fit super well. That was the one where I was like,
Yeah.
what's the message here? What's even really going on? I don't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a
That's
fun
fair.
song. I'm glad she's
Mhm.
on the album.
Yeah.
She kills it too.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I felt like that song maybe could have been left off and like it could have been a single or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of liked Doechii. I think she's put out some really fire stuff. You know, Kendrick also says she's kind of a really good rapper. Not that I am siding with Kendrick right now, just joking. But you know, a lot of her songs are really good, and to hear on the album too, just kind of like had like that. You know, like I said earlier, I kind of like that bad bitch. You know, sometimes I still want to feel like I'm a bad bitch walking around campus, and I guess
Mhm.
Balloon just kind of did it for me on that one. So
Yeah, I loved hearing
yeah,
her on it too. Like when
yeah.
she had her first verse that I felt like was kind of her breakout verse, it was on that Isaiah Rashad song.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But once I
yeah,
heard that, I was like, she is gonna be huge. Like, and she
yeah,
has been. All the stuff that she's put out
yeah,
have been great, and I love that she's
yeah.
on this album too, and that she killed her verse. Like,
Hmm.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'll talk about it later on my slideshow, but I feel like she stole the show on that song.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I,
Like,
yeah.
I yeah, it felt like it was kind of her song too. Like maybe
Oh
she
yeah,
her on
yeah,
her album or her
hmm,
single. I don't know,
yeah.
but
Also,
I'm glad he put her on.
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think also compared to maybe the other features, if it felt like maybe I don't know if I'm wrong on this, but it felt like maybe she might have had a longer feature compared to like
Yeah,
other features. Like on Darling I didn't really feel like I was hearing a lot of Tizo on that, but I don't know. The Balloon song just it hit for me. It hit for me, but
it'll have its place for me. Just not.
yeah, yeah, just that's what I was saying earlier. Like, some songs that you rank like lower now, you're gonna hear it like, later on, maybe a month from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever timeline it is, and you're like, wait, this song kind of bangs. So
I think that's one of the good things about this album too, is that it's a lot of different
yeah.
like sonic palettes that he dives into.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
feel like there's something for everybody on this album.
Yeah.
Like whatever kind of side of hip hop or like R&B
Yeah.
or like whatever you're into in that like sphere, I feel like there's something for you on the album.
And
But
I think
Yeah.
all of our rankings might be very different.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of that, Precious, what do you have at 14?
14, I have like him for 14. I know.
What?
I'm
Oh
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. I did not vibe with like him at all. And
You got
that's what I was
to
saying.
still listen.
I listened on Monday and I was like, okay. And then I listened today too, and I'm still like, I'm not vibing with this song. It wasn't. I don't know. I feel like maybe in my head was kind of like expecting. I guess Lola what was it the feature on that Lola Young.
Yeah.
I For me, I don't know. It just wasn't hitting for me. And I wish I could give you like a definite reason as to why and all this like complex terms, but I'm going
You
with
don't
I'm
know.
gonna
That's what like
yeah
I was
I'm
thinking
gonna
about
go
that
with the
before
basic.
this. I was like, how do I explain my number one is my number one? I don't fucking
Yeah,
know. I like it,
like I was
man.
saying, I wish I could give you like the whole
Yeah.
Beethoven, type shit music deal on it, but I can't. It just all boils down to like I just didn't really vibe with it. But I'm saying, like a lot of this a lot of the songs I always go back and kind of give it a chance, especially with songs that your friends resonate with and with songs that people resonate with. I try and give it a chance because like most likely aside from the stuff that you personally like, there's always still that like instinct to like kind of like fit in at the end. And when you go to like concerts or when you go to like places with your friends, you also want to like know the words to the song and you also want to like vibe out with your friends. But at the same time, the replay value was just not there for me. I didn't even add it to like my likes, honestly. I'm sorry, guys.
That's fair. Hey,
Yeah,
sometimes it's just not hitting. I mean,
yeah,
that's a fair reason for why,
I
honestly.
have a playlist that I go listen for later, and that's what I tossed it into.
Yeah, that's
Fair
fair.
enough. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That song
So,
grew on me a lot today, actually. I was bumping that a little bit today.
yeah, yeah.
all right, for
13.
my 13, I have Tomorrow. Um, I think like this is the one song on the album where I'm like, the production's still great. I feel like the production on this whole album is really good, but like I don't know, the beats just kind of lackluster for me. It looks like the
Mhm.
background that I put for this, like it looks like it like sounds like a rainy day that I'm not enjoying. Um, and
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like a different mood from the rest of the album. Like the story that he tells, like about how like his friends are having kids, but like he has a Ferrari and doesn't want to give up his freedom, but like also his
Mm.
friends' kids are like cute in their pictures, and like he would want to have that one day too. I think
Yeah.
it's a cool story, but the sentiment didn't really resonate with me like the rest of the songs. So that's why I got that here.
That's fair. I really like the message on Tomorrow, so I think I'll like it later in life.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I put it a little higher, honestly, on my rankings because of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it is boring. It's a boring song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of why I had
Yeah.
it there. I was just like it felt like I was like kind of trudging through it a little bit. Like it still sounded great, but like the beat
Yeah.
was just kind of it was kind of whatever for me. So that's why I have it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have, Ethan?
I feel like I'm gonna disappoint Precious and then you right away. At 13, I have I Killed You with Gambino.
Really? That's crazy.
Really?
I think the first half of that song might be the worst part of the album for me. I don't know.
Really?
Then the beginning of that song just kind of annoys me. Every time I begin
Mm.
it, oh, here we go again. This intro, like I don't know. And the back half with Gambino is like so good though.
Mhm.
I don't know. It just for me, it just
Yeah, I feel like for me when I killed you, I kind of like the whole like the drums kind of did it for me on the like I killed you part, and that's kind of why it's not really ranked super high for me, but it's kind of like in my top whenever we do get to that part of the
Yeah,
of the
that's
yeah
fair. That's like the same thing with
yeah
me. I thought the drums in the song super sick, and I thought the
yeah
instrumental on the first half was really cool. Like how it was the
yeah
drums, and then it was like the plucking of the guitar. Like you don't really
mhm.
hear that in hip hop very often.
Oh
I
yeah
thought it was a
yeah
super unique beat. I will agree with you though, Ethan. The like first the or whatever. I was like that's kind of annoying. The
uh,
rest of after the first 8 seconds of the
yeah.
song, I feel like it's fantastic. But
I
yeah
agree. I agree. But the first
yeah
half is annoying, and I just like every time I restart it, I'm just like, here we go. I
that's
don't know.
fair.
That's and it's not very catchy either. I don't
mm,
know. So like,
fair.
yeah, but it's a very good like kind of chilling in your chair vibe and playing some video games, and you hear
Oh
Gambino.
yeah
It's like,
yeah
Yeah. All right,
but
Precious.
yeah,
What do
it
you have?
doesn't rank super high for me.
yeah for 13 I also have tomorrow. Yeah, like what you said specifically, like you were treading to through the song was kind of the same way I felt also. Like I was like, okay, like is this gonna be over yet? But yeah, like like we were talking about earlier, like a lot of the things were like, like some of the things were like personal and very like, we can't expect every song to kind of be like at least for me, I'm saying this to myself. I can't expect every song to kind of be like turn and like, like ready to go. Like there's, with every artist, they aside from like them also like trying to like sell units and trying to like sell like songs, they also have like things that they like go through and like things that are personal for them. And it's okay to like, put that kind of like art out there because it resonates with a lot of people. So, but today, tomorrow wasn't kind of wasn't kind of my vibe.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
totally agree with that. I think there are songs
yeah,
that are more for the artists than they are
mm,
for us. And that's
yeah,
probably what
yeah,
that was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
All
don't care
right.
about kids, your friends' kid pictures, Tyler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like, cool. That's not on my timeline, Tyler. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
22. Bro. Shut up.
yeah.
All right. For 12, sorry, Precious Eye Balloon. Um,
Nice background. I like the background.
Thanks. Yeah, the only part that drags this song down for me is the instrumental on the beat, not even the drums. I think the drums on the beat are good. I just feel like
Mhm.
it's kind of like overly happy, which doesn't bring a lot of replay value for me usually.
Unlike
Mhm.
Tyler too. Like the beginning, I was like, this doesn't really sound like a Tyler beat, but
Yeah,
Yeah, like it sounded like
yeah.
something that like Pharrell would make, which is still like
Mhm.
props to Tyler for doing that, honestly, you know.
Are you just saying Pharrell make that because Pharrell has the song "Happy" or
Well, that
is
too.
Pharrell
Yeah.
just a happy dude?
just a happy guy.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he is a happy
just
guy.
a happy guy.
But
Yeah,
no, yeah, I love the Doechi verse. I think she steals the show.
yeah.
I would come back to the song just for that.
Mhm.
Tyler's verse is good too. I think it's a fun
Yeah.
song, but just one that isn't I'm not gonna come back to a lot really, just because it's like I don't know. I think I'd have to be in a certain mood to
Mhm.
think like, all right, I'm gonna put on Balloon today. And
Yeah, yeah,
so yeah, that's the only reason why. I still think it's a good song. It's just not one that I'm gonna be coming back to super often. So
yeah.
That's fair.
all right, Ethan.
Um, I don't want. Yeah, I just made a change.
Oh, you made a change. Game
You
time
made a change.
decision.
Yeah,
Okay.
I I don't even know if I want to say what I had here, but I will. I had Sticky here. Um, but I moved it. I'm putting
Mhm.
tomorrow there, actually. Thinking about it
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
I have tomorrow there now. We've already said enough about that boring ass song anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's fair.
yeah. Okay. For 12, I would say I don't know if you guys might crucify me for this, but Judge Judy was a 12.
No,
You
no.
guys, you guys already can tell. You guys
his
already
opinion.
can tell the kind
His
of like
opinion.
tempo of music that I I like. So Judge Judy was just not cutting it for me. Also, like I just hated the show Judge Judy. Also, I don't know. It's
I'm gonna.
That's
yeah,
funny.
That's my
yeah.
answer for that song. I'm gonna just take that as the answer. Precious doesn't like Judge Judy, so
I
that's why.
just
So
I
that's
I was
why.
just like, no, I can't listen to this. Actually, Loki, I was gonna put Judge Judy as my 13, and then I heard tomorrow, and I was like, okay, actually, never mind. But I could tell. I was like looking, when I was, and again, I think maybe that was like my mistake. Like, when Ethan was talking about earlier how he just like was not on Twitter at the time, but I was actively listening on Monday, and while I was like looking through my Twitter feed about everything about Chromacopia, and a lot of people kept saying they like liked Judge Judy, and I kind of felt like the outcast at that point in time. I was like, oh God.
At least you had a different opinion, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Twitter. As soon as I go on Twitter, it kind of warps my head a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, it
Like,
does. It does work my hand.
I
Yeah,
don't want to. I don't. I need to stop doing that.
yeah.
Twitter fucked me over with Judge Judy too, because I was like, I for sure thought it was Frank, which I still kind of maybe I still think he is on there,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
and everyone was like posting memes like of them on their knees and crying, and it's like, Frank, don't Judge Judy, Frank, don't Judge Judy, and then everyone was like, it's Gambino, you fucking tweaker, like, And then I like literally my ears, like I was fully convinced that that was Frank, and I was so happy it was Frank. And then I
Yeah,
like as soon as I saw the Twitter trolls saying it was Gambino to all of the Frank Deluded fans, just like me,
yeah.
I like immediately heard it, and I was like, "That's Gambino." That's. But yeah, so I don't know. I think for the future, I'm gonna try to
Mhm.
stay off Twitter while I'm listening to the album the first couple times, and then kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, that's fair. I had like a different experience on Twitter because I didn't look at anything beforehand, but once I had finished listening to it for the first time and looked at Twitter, I like saw a lot of people hating on Judge Judy.
Mm.
They're like, okay, it's time to have some uncomfortable conversations about Judge Judy and like why it's on the
I,
album or whatever.
honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone's Twitter is low-key kind of like really, really different. And on one end, I was talking to like my this kid in my Spanish class who is also a big Tyler the Creator fan. And his Twitter was like everyone talking about how Nord is like really like good. And then on my Twitter, everyone's like shitting on Nord. And I was like, oh God,
That's
what is going on? Like, where is this Tyler hate coming from? Like all of a
Yeah.
sudden, like, yeah, like what's going on? I thought we all loved Tyler as a collective, but yeah, and that's just like the with anything in the mainstream media, it's like at this point you really gotta form your own opinions or just, make decisions yourself or people are just gonna start telling it for you. It's so weird. But
Yeah,
their grandma
definitely.
AI pictures of anything and can believe it. Like,
oh yeah.
Dude, yeah,
bro,
that's
I
so
saw
crazy.
LeBron James
I
was put it.
Wait, what? That's a really good accent. That's a really good
Thank you.
impersonation.
I saw LeBron was at a Diddy party on an AI Twitter fake. No.
Dude, the
Yeah,
the
don't
ones
believe.
that the ones that I love sending to my dad are the ones of like the fishermen pulling up like octopus, like the giant squids that are as big as the boat, or like crabs that are as big as the boat. And like the first three times I was like, holy shit, look at this.
Dude, that's
oh,
such a shit feeling realizing something's AI because it's gotten me a couple
Oh
times.
yeah,
no,
same.
for real, for real.
Like,
Also, like
no way.
I have African parents, and oh God, the WhatsApp broadcasts kind of go crazy. Like my parents will believe anything as long as it comes through a WhatsApp broadcast. It's actually genuinely concerning. Like especially during the COVID time, I was getting broadcasts from my mom like every day, like about some different like things, and I was like, this is just not true. I'm sorry to disappoint you here, but yeah, yeah.
That's funny. So for my 11, I have Ratata. I think it's a good song. It's an energetic cut from the album. And like I said in like my little write up, I think it's a good like second intro to the album. Like how you have Chromacopia display, or not Chromacopia, Saint Chroma displaying like the production side of it and like how it's gonna go in like a different direction that way, and then having this cut showing that like Tyler's still gonna be displaying like how like on it is on rapping and like trying to prove that like he's a part of the big three, which we can talk about that after, but I think he is after this album, honestly.
He's been in the big three. I said that before this fucking album.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
one
like
cares about Sleepy J. Cole. It's not Sleepy Joe Biden, it's Sleepy J. Cole. And he was never a part of the big three.
yeah, I agree. I've always loved Tyler's music. I guess, hmm, I'll say honestly, like since probably like Flower Boy has kind of done it for me. But like growing up in Nigeria, also too, like people kind of like condemned that kind of sound of music. So it was kind of hard to just like tell people like, oh, like I like Tyler the Creator. Who the fuck is Tyler the Creator?
Yeah.
And you come to the United States and you kind of find people like the same ideology. You're like, oh shit, like my music was not ass. Like my people were just not rocking with head back on, and that's okay. That's okay.
Well, yeah.
that's
There's a lot of
awesome.
like homophobia in Africa too, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. There is a lot of homophobia. And I guess also that kind of like would have factored in a lot of the decisions people were making about choosing to like listen to his music or not. And if even if you did like remotely associate yourself with like listening to anyone who might be in that community, they just instantly like said like, "Oh, you have to be gay.
Yeah,
You have to
right.
be.
That's
You
even a thing
like
in
you like."
Wyoming, dude. People won't listen to
Yeah.
Frank and Tyler because they're gay. Oh my God,
Oh
they're a
yeah.
black gay
Yeah.
dude. It's like,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
fucking cares?
It's
Like,
insane. It's
crazy.
insane.
You're not
Yeah.
gay because you're listening to it, Brad. Like, you're not gonna turn gay because you listen to Paul. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
It's kind of crazy, but
maybe that's a bad. I don't know. Whatever. I don't even want to go on that tangent.
No, yeah,
yeah.
but it's like, yeah, if you don't want to listen to that, it's like, cool, you're missing out on great art. Like
Oh yeah.
you're missing out
Yeah.
on something
Yeah.
incredible just because
Yeah.
you won't listen to a dude talking about liking a dude. It's like, cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're gonna miss
Yeah.
out on crazy
Yeah.
art. So
And that's why Take Your Mask Off was so important to me.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
that
Yeah.
song was so good. And it's such a good message to so many people.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like part of the song was like talking about the preacher man who's like gay. And
Mhm.
it's like you're
Yeah.
preaching total bullshit because you're literally gay. Take your fucking
Yeah.
mask off. And I was like, the amount of people that need
Yeah.
to get that message. And I was like, JD Vance needs to listen to this goddamn song. And like the dudes at the Republican convention when they're scrolling Grinder and breaking the Grinder servers, you should take your fucking mask off. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just like be your fucking self. You're not gonna turn gay
Yeah.
if you listen to this
Yeah.
song. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It
It's
is. It is what it is. I feel like also people like really like are really like passionately like condemning like how other people live their lives. I feel like just like seeing how like things have turned out, just like I think they're just like kind of close to that in a sense. Like, like you were saying, take your mask off. Like if you're able to like just accept that side of yourself and accept that other people don't have to be the same as you and don't have to like feed into all the really like, toxic like behavior that have been passed down for generations just for men, you would actually enjoy life a lot better. So yeah.
yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
yourself more. Like, geez.
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. What's wrong with being yourself? It's hard for
Oh
some
yeah.
people. It's crazy.
It's hard. It is hard for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, my yeah, I had Ratata at 11. I thought it was a great song. Just, there's so many good songs on the album. I just didn't think it was better
That's
than the
fair.
other ones. I don't really have any reason for it. Like, it's low on my list, but I still think it's a great song. So,
mm, yeah.
Second half of it is so fire. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's so tough.
yeah. His flow on that song is crazy. I wish I could have put it higher, but there's, a lot more on it. So,
For my 11, I put I Hope You Find Your Way Home.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
thought it was a bit of a lackluster ending to the album. I think it might grow on me,
mhm,
but and I really liked his mom in that. And I don't know, the whole message of like dimming your light, that also I feel like ties into like taking your mask off. Like, don't
mhm.
let people fucking dim your light as a person because they, you know,
Yeah.
they're not even themselves. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
just don't let other people make you feel less. And I
Yeah.
don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But to add to that, though, just like a little, I growing up to just with like my parents, my mom would literally always tell me like, oh, like if you don't really know yourself, people are gonna tell you who you are. Just because like if you always have like, I guess in a sense, not to get super motivational, but if you always just like, have like your own like voice behind you and not, kind of tune out what else is saying, I swear you're just gonna have like a better angle of approaching things. Also, like I feel like once you know yourself, you kind of have like empathy for others, which is, I guess, a different conversation for a different time. I just feel like a lot of people, like I guess in Wyoming, lack that, like, kind of like empathy, like clause where, the idea of putting yourself in a different person's shoes, like a lot of people just don't have it. And from
yeah.
what I've seen here, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like no one really like you can like no one really knows themselves even ever.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
we're all
yeah,
like humans for the very first time. All
yeah,
of us our
yeah,
first go around.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
have some empathy because I don't know, fucking
yeah.
life's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is. I like it is hard, and also it is, like a step by step, kind of thing. Like it's kind of like a goal, like you keep growing and growing, but also just like recognizing by yourself that, oh, this is some of the things that I need to work on, or need to like, like have like an open mind to some of these things, or have a because the idea of like how like societies move or how things are changing, I feel like instinctively as humans, especially if we live in like a particular like norm, like your idea is to like immediately like like find like these values. Like I grew up in a really like conservative like place like Nigeria, like super homophobic, super sexist, very like patriarchal, and then moving to like like America where a lot of these things you're getting like pushback, against those things. You start to ask yourself like some of these like important questions, but yeah. Anyways, Chromacopia. Let's go.
No, that was great though. That was great. I'm glad you brought that in. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, for number 11, I also have I Hope You Find Your Way Home. Like I said, it was
Yo, yes,
yeah,
I
it
have
was
similar to me. You
it
guys
was
got
kind of
tomorrow together, so I wanted one.
yeah. So like you said, it was like a really like lackluster ending to like the album. Just like I said before, I wish I had like some complex words to describe it, but it just did it for me. So yeah.
I think it could hit later for me. I think that could
Oh
be.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will see for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. And for my 10 now, onto the 10 spot. I also have I Hope You
All
Find Your Way
right.
Home. Yeah. Yeah. Just a little lower down.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really liked I mean, I can't say enough about the production of this album, the beats, and just like how the progression of all the songs. It's like some of Tyler's best, I feel
Mhm.
like there's like a whistling synth on this, like uh in like the back of the outro, and I was like, that's so beautiful. It like made me feel like this like this picture. But
Yeah.
yeah, limited replay value for me. And what I liked is that the lyrics like wrap up all of the stories from the album. Like he goes into a little bit of everything that he was talking about. But yeah, I think the production for me is what bumps it up a little higher.
Mhm.
I really liked that. But other than that, limited replay value, but I thought it was still cool.
Yeah.
Fair. At my 10, I have Sticky. Sorry.
Fair,
I don't know.
fair,
These
fair.
like the Bad Bitch songs, I love them,
Mhm.
but like
Mhm.
I don't know. There's just
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. That's fair. That's fair, honestly. It is what it is. Also, I like Glorilla. I don't know why I do,
Yeah.
but I just like the way she talks. I wish she had a longer verse, honestly, compared to Sexy Red. But I really like Glorilla. She's had some bangers in a couple months. Like this year has been also really good for her. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Glow is an
yeah,
absolute heater. That song's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. They played FNF one time at the Buck, and I was like, "What is going?" No one was vibing to it. I was the only one fucking screaming my ass out, and I'm just looking at everyone else looking at me. And I was like, "Oh God, damn! What do you guys listen to?"
Yeah, for
But
real. If you guys aren't
it
turning
is
up
what
to
it
that,
is.
what are you turning up to?
For real. Yeah.
Same
Bro, you prefer
17
some
fucking songs every time.
Yeah,
Hotel Motel, literally, or Hotel Motel.
crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like Sticky though. I think it's an awesome song. It's just
Yeah.
like it has a time and place for me, and that time and
Mm,
place is like
yeah.
when I'm trying to have some fun and like
Yeah.
getting excited.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
really good for that. But I just think I really like this album, and I think there are 9 songs better than it on the album for me, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like compared to like, like I was struggling with the last 10 just because like it just kept moving a bunch for me because like I said, like we are talking about earlier, like all the songs are really good, compared to like my 14, 13, 12, and 11. I was just kind of like, was kind of struggling a little bit. And also like you said, like a lot of the songs like probably have like better, like, will probably like rank differently if I listen to them like on a different time. Like I didn't even consider the fact like, oh, I just got out of a lecture and I'm listening to Tomorrow. Okay, that fucking sucks. But you know, so time and place. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For number 10. Okay. I had Hey Jane for number 10. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. No other. I'm trying to think of further comments for that, but
Yeah.
also was that him talking about him potentially having a kid? Like, I mean,
I think he got a girl pregnant and she got an abortion, and I think that's
mm,
the story. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Which is very
Yeah,
powerful. I thought it was, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
But
know,
I think we talked about it earlier. Not a song you really want to throw on
mm, yeah.
yeah.
It's maybe on a walk. Maybe I might throw on Judge Judy, but I keep thinking about fucking Judge Judy.
Oh, you're gonna think about it more.
Hey Jane, but yeah, I think maybe on a walk I'll throw on Hey Jane, but yeah. Besides that, maybe actually in the shower I might throw on Hey Jane low key, but any other time it might be a little difficult.
That's
Yeah,
fair. Yeah, there's definitely a time and the place for Hey
yeah,
Jane.
yeah.
So for my 9, I'd take your mask off. Um, I thought this was a great song. Daniel Caesar's vocals, his chorus was beautiful. I liked the progression of this as well, like how it was like a nice beat the whole time, and then it would build into this chorus and go back to Tyler rapping. That was like I liked the progression of it. I put Drake diss. That's what I thought the first time. For the
Fair.
when he was like, I don't know. I think it was him talking about himself, but
Mm,
but when I listened to it for the first time, I was like, holy shit, he's dissing Drake. And then I listened to it again, and I was like, never mind, he's talking about himself.
I
But
think on the last verse he's talking about himself. I think he's talking about other people on the first couple verses.
yeah, I could definitely agree with that. And I think this song has a message for everybody. Like no matter what verse you're listening to on it, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, maybe like I relate to that a little bit or something. So I think that's one of the cool things about this song. Tyler's his wordplay on this is great as well. I thought it was a good song, so that's what I have at my
mm,
9.
Fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
We'll get to that song later. At my 9, I have Noid. Um, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was actually really good. But yeah, we talked about it earlier. It's when you throw on Noid and you keep Noid on, it's a fun listening experience. But how
Mm,
often are you gonna do that, I guess? I don't
yeah.
know. But I think it's a really good song. I think it's very well done sonically, and the back half with the left shoulder, right shoulder. That just is so. I think that's
Yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah.
It's got a good message because it's like you can be my fan, but don't fucking be a weirdo. Like,
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And low key, actually, it's great Tyler is actually saying that just because like I feel like a lot of Tyler, fans are low key just kind of, test the boundaries a little bit, kind of weird, want to say the N word, want to, try and act like something they're not sometimes. But
I'm thinking about the
yeah.
Drake meltdown at Camp Flog Gnaw, like when and like the crowd. Like I remember seeing this big ass dude like cry, like on his like, and he was like this huge
That was
ass.
a time. That was a
That's
time, low
crazy.
key.
And I was
Oh
just like,
God,
dude,
I
get
low key
it.
forgot about
Get
all
it.
that. That's looking at crazy pop culture moment. Just because, imagine just getting booing Drake off. Oh, I can't
Like
even
the
imagine
biggest
it.
artist at
Crazy.
the
I
time
can't even
getting
imagine
robbed
it.
and
That
booed
is,
off stage.
yeah, Loki. I can't even imagine my reaction if I was there standing among everyone booing Drake, and I'm kind of like, oh God, just kind of cringing, kind of cringing a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it's cringy from the fan perspective. I do
Oh
not,
yeah,
I am not a Drake stan anymore
yeah,
after everything.
yeah,
But like, it's a little immature, and I think Tyler
yeah,
fans like that just shows that's kind of crazy.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so maybe that's why he made Noid to kind of
I love
Yeah,
him.
say chill on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's my 9.
Okay, for my 9, I thought I was dead for 9. Um, yeah, I I don't know. I don't know. It's a really good song. I kind of liked a lot of the beats on there, but it's not in my like top 6 songs. I just thought there were a couple of songs that might have been like better than that one, and that's just kind of why I put it there. Like I said earlier, my rankings were kind of moving a little bit because earlier it was kind of like my number 7, but I heard better songs and I was like, actually, I'll just put it at my number 9. So
I'd say it's a fair ranking.
Nice.
yeah.
All right, on to number 8. I have Sticky.
Oh my god. Props to the pictures. The Kendrick picture was awesome too. This is great.
This is, I think I have this picture saved in my camera roll somewhere. Like,
I haven't seen this picture. I didn't. Wow.
Really?
Oh,
That's funny.
Tyler's looking at that bitch. I don't know. He's serving here. I don't know. Yeah. He's
good.
also like Tyler's style is just really good too. Like he
Yeah.
has like really amazing style. It's like not, it's not common, and that's kind of one of the things I like about him. But,
Yeah, definitely not traditional
yeah.
style. Like I
Yeah.
feel like he pushes the boundaries in an interesting
Oh
way
yeah.
in style.
Yeah.
So somewhere that like
Yeah.
people aren't usually going, which I think is cool about his style.
I remember when he had
Yeah.
that leopard print buzz cut. I was like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. That is so cool.
Dude, yeah, you should get
Yeah.
that.
Might as well. I
That'd be
already
dope.
had my blonde tip, phase. I can't dye my hair ever
Whenever you
again.
post that picture, that always when you post that blonde tip there, what?
Oh God, it
The
was
Halloween
horrible.
costume.
Yeah, I can't go back. It is what it is.
Yeah, but for this song, my first point obviously was Sexy Red's verse. I loved her
Mhm,
verse. She came in with crazy energy.
mhm.
I wish the Glorilla verse was longer as well.
Yeah,
I think having Lil Wayne just have like 4 bars on this song is cool. Like I like how he like makes it has everyone come together. I feel like everyone's verses could have been a little bit longer, but
mhm.
in general, I love this song. I was talking to Carl, my little brother, about this song, and he said that this was his favorite from the album. This is his number 1
Really?
from the album. Yeah,
Uh,
Mhm.
I
yeah.
feel like it's a lot of people.
That's also my okay.
We already know. I know it's really.
But
But that's a
yeah,
fair number 1. It's electric.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like I don't know why people hate on this song so much. I saw the same thing on Twitter.
yeah.
Like people were saying like Sticky's like weird or whatever, and I was like
Mm,
I think this is a fun song that you're engaged the
yeah.
whole time because you have new people coming. The chorus is
Yeah.
electric. I think it's a super fun cut from the album, so I got that at my 8.
Yeah.
I think people like to hate on Sexy Red for whatever reason.
That is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is probably a good
Yeah.
point for why people
Yeah.
hate on it a lot. It's like I don't get there's like a certain genre of person that like thinks they're too good for Sexy Red. I feel like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that they're just like, oh, like her rapping is like whatever. It's like, how
Yeah.
about have fun? How about if you like having fun, listen to Sexy Red, you know?
So, yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember when I heard Pound Town for the first time, I was like, that's the toughest shit I've heard all year.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind
Um,
of Sexy Red also kind of, sorry to interrupt you, Ethan,
oh,
but Sexy Red kind of reminds me of kind of like City Girls sometimes. Like they kind of have like the same like, kind of vibe to their songs. And yeah, I love Shake My Dreads. I don't even have dreads, but it makes me want to shake my dreads that I don't have. But yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. I'll share. No matter what cut hair I have,
You shake it. You shake it.
it doesn't matter.
For real.
You, yeah, one day. I don't know. Every time I try to grow my hair out, it just pisses me off, so I stop.
No, fair. Fair.
But at my age, not that I'm saying I'm gonna grow out dreads, though.
No.
That's
Really,
not what
no,
I'm
I
saying.
swear I didn't think that at all. I did
I
not
didn't want anyone to
picture
think it. That's why I
it.
didn't want
Yeah.
anyone. at all.
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
disclaimer, I am not working on dreads. I like shaking my shit. I like shaking my shit. That's
But you are working on the leopard buzz cut.
that's true.
Yeah,
If
that's
someone
fair.
comments it, I'll fucking do it. Just
Okay,
kidding.
yeah, let's see that. Yeah, if you made it to this point in the episode and you comment and get a leopard buzz cut, Ethan will do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Eventually. Not at this current, not in Sharon, Wyoming, but maybe when I move away, I'll get a leppy
Yeah,
bud.
yeah.
But at my 8, yeah, it's just get from like 10 on, like from Sticky up.
Mhm.
They're all great songs.
Yeah,
Not that the
yeah,
other ones aren't either, but like
yeah, yeah,
stuff. I got Ratata at 8. Really like
mhm,
it. The
yeah,
beginning to me, I like a little bit less, but yeah, I think it's great and it's been growing on me. So it's a fun
yeah.
song.
Yeah,
And it kind of reminds me like a I Ain't Got Time type of Tyler track or
Mm,
that's a good
yeah,
comparison. Yeah.
Fast. And
yeah.
yeah, it's good. The Kendrick, I wish Kendrick maybe would have been on it in some
Mm,
way.
mm,
Get
mm.
the shout
That would
outs.
go hard.
Yeah. Baby Keem's on the album, by the way. Did you hear that he had
Oh
one
yeah,
ad
I heard
lib?
he had like one ad lib.
Yeah.
That is that's insane. Insane. Okay, for my 8, I have Synchroma as my number 8. Not I think it was actually a really solid intro to be honest, but yeah, compared it's kind of weird where there's like a solid intro and then the end is just kind of like okay, like sure. But yeah, I like I liked Synchroma. It was a really solid intro. Everything, the production on it was actually really good too. And the replay value, like I was talking about earlier, is like something that I'll listen to a bunch of times. So like I think my top like 8 upwards was most of what the songs I was basing on, like songs that I'll listen to a bunch, like because I have just like a playlist of daily stuff that bops, and a lot of like a lot of songs like in my top 8 just were in that playlist. So
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of like how mine was. I mixed in like with what I'm listening to daily with
mm,
like the just like overall quality of the song. Like I had the two,
yeah,
like I had those two things going on for when I was deciding what I was picking. I was like, am I going to listen to this daily? And is
mm,
this like a great song as well? Because I feel
mm,
like that has to
yeah,
factor into it a lot. So let's get into
yeah.
the top 7 after a quick break. All right, we're back with the top 7 songs for all of us. For my
Yes, we.
number 7, I have "Hey Jane." Um,
Nuggets.
yeah, I put the Nuggets because of that one part where he's talking about her
Oh, the
cravings, and
10
she
piece.
says, "I'm craving the 10 piece."
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was the only thing that I could figure I could put as a picture and have it be appropriate for this song. So
Yeah.
that's what I put. But I like how he went with more of a relaxed beat that lets you focus on what he's talking about, because this song really is about the storytelling of his perspective and
Mm,
a woman's perspective in the song about the situation they're going through with her getting pregnant and then deciding if they want an abortion or not. Um,
mhm.
and yeah, this song is just raw. It puts you in both of their perspectives really, really well. Like you can through the storytelling, like the emotions that you feel from both sides.
Mm,
I think is just awesome how he displays that on this song. It's not one that I'm going to come back to a lot, but I think it's a really impactful song for the album. It's one of Tyler's most personal while still being like really, really good narratively.
yeah.
Yeah, so I got that's where I got Hey Jane at.
Fair. Gotta clear my throat for this. First, my 7, I put Thought I Was Dead. I've been enjoying the song. I really like the
Mm.
Schoolboy verse. Um, yeah, Tyler can kind of get anybody to say anything. Like the butt pics funny. Like,
Yeah.
uh, it's a fun verse. It's a fun song. It's just fun. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7, middle of the road is I feel like. where it
Yeah.
lies.
Yeah, it's funny. On first listen, I didn't even know that was Schoolboy Q because I didn't see any of the features beforehand, and I was like,
Yeah.
I just thought it was another Tyler verse.
Yeah. Okay, for my seven, I have Take Your Mask Off. Yeah, not too much like explanation on that, but like we are talking about earlier, it's like one of like the most like personal songs. Like I would listen to it again too, just because like I like kind of like the message that's kind of like, you know, that he's talking about in that song. A lot of, I feel like a lot of people in general just struggle with like some things, that other people will condemn. And I guess growing up in a different, town, in a different like tribal area than a lot of people that I went to school with, just like in secondary school, it just kind of resonated with me more, just in my preteen, like teenager years when I was like trying to like have this persona of like trying to fit in with a crowd or just fit in with the boys, I, kind of said or did some things that I was really like proud of, just like as a teenager, as a kid. But then just like kind of growing up, fully able to like accept myself for who I am today. And that's obviously like a learning curve, where people, human beings growing every day. That's just kind of why that song was kind of like a good like halfway point for me too. So yeah.
Nice. All right, now for my number six, I have thought I was dead here. Um, yeah, I love the production on this. The like horn in the background is so sick. Like the like that ties it all together. It's so I think the beat on this is so cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought the Schoolboy Q verse was cool. But I think Tyler's verse on the back half is crazy. Like his flow on that
Mhm.
is might be the best on like maybe not the best on my favorite on the album. It's I yeah I the it feels like Kendrick inspired in a way, but like
Mhm.
totally like Tyler's own. Um,
That's a
and
great way to, for several of his verses, Kendrick inspired, but in his
Yeah.
own way on this
yeah,
album.
totally, yeah. And I think he does that perfectly on this song. The production's sick, beat is sick. I really like this song, number six for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we're doing good now. We're cooking a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say so too.
At my six, I put Saint Chroma.
Mm.
Precious, I think you kind of touched on it with like it's like a good song. It's like the intro, but like how far
Mhm.
can the intro go on like being
Yeah.
it? But for an intro, it's like really good, and like it was the lead snippet for the album, and Daniel Caesar does a great job. The light message again is awesome, and I'm really glad that like after the he spits a
Mm.
verse. I'm really like I was glad that he spit a verse. Wasn't my favorite verse on the album, but I think I'm glad he did it. So
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
I think it helped the song progress as well. You know, like it's
Yeah.
not just the minute and a half cut. Like it progresses into a whole song. That's another like what I was saying before. How all the songs in the album how they progress and have these ups and downs just in the songs. Like I feel like that added to Saint Chroma in that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun to listen to. That's I've been going back to Saint Chroma every time all the showers I've taken since the album has come out. That's been the first cue I've started every
Yeah.
one of the showers is Saint Chroma. So
Yeah.
Chroma, cool. It's like I don't.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's an epic intro.
Yeah. Okay, for my number six, I have Darling I. Um, I think it was kind of like just like a little more mellow and kind of like really like intimate. And I kind of like that feel. It was also really talking about like love. I love a good, Tyler kind of makes like love songs kind of feel like, interesting a little bit.
Definitely.
And yeah, I'm kind of talking about just like love, monogamy, like a little bit of like commitment. So I just kind of had it at number six just because like all of like my bops were just like my top five, and I just kind of put all those sticky, all of that stuff up there, to type shit. So yeah,
No, yeah,
yeah,
that's a good way of
yeah,
putting it though. Like Tyler does make love songs interesting, I feel like.
yeah,
You know, because
yeah.
I
because a
think he's
lot
the
of
best at it.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
I think
yeah,
right now
oh
he could
yeah,
be for sure.
yeah, yeah. Like a love song that I really like. I think like Best Interest by Tyler. Kind of good replay value. I listen to that, a lot. So, but yeah.
That song's crazy to me because it has like 600 million plays, and it was like a
Mhm.
throwaway off of fucking Igor.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
and it popped off still.
yeah,
Yeah, that's just
yeah.
credit to Tyler's storytelling right there, and just the vibe of that song is great too. But all right, top
Also, what?
five. Oh
Sorry,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. What's your name? Also, with Young Boy. I did not expect Young Boy on that kind of song at all. And What's Your Name has really good replay value. It hits all the time. But yeah.
Spotify
No,
must
yeah.
want everybody that likes Tyler to listen to that song because also
Oh yeah.
Spotify that shit all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't complain. I'd listen to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
song's been in my rotation since it came out. It has not left
Yeah.
my rotation. I
Yeah.
love that song.
Yeah.
All right, at my five, I have Saint Chroma. I think this is Tyler's second best intro track behind Igor's theme throughout all of his albums. Um, I just love how epic it is and how like it starts like dark with like the marching and like the whistle in the background and um it's like it is a different like production direction for Tyler, which I think is good to show for like the album that it is going in a new direction, at least like instrumentally. Um and the progression of the song is like one of my favorite on the album.
Mhm.
And what I put here is that I think that this song is the one where I was like, this is Frank Ocean on the,
I think Frank on this song too. Yeah, I think
as another Frank Ocean delusional. He's on the
if
album
he's on
person.
any songs, it's this one and Judge Judy.
Mhm.
That's it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, yeah, because that part where it's like building up before Daniel Caesar's verse, I was like, that could be Frank Ocean. But the song as a whole is beautiful. I love Daniel Caesar's chorus on this. It is awesome. He sings so well. Um, yeah, I love the song. This is one of my favorites off the album. I think it's really cool.
I really liked Daniel Caesar's role on this album.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's on a lot of songs too that he's not even credited on. Well, probably not a lot, but like
I think
he's
he's
on.
on three at least, right?
Well, great job, Dan.
Great job.
For my five, we're kind of just doing the same songs in different spots. I put Darling I. Like, I honestly like, I don't know, the message didn't resonate with me a ton, I guess, but like, I don't know. It's just like so damn good. I was like, yeah, this
Yeah.
song's like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Jesus
Yeah.
fantastic in it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it did. The message did, but right now, my love life is this. So like, uh,
Fair. Fair. Fair.
I don't. But like, yeah, it's a great song. It's super catchy. It's probably I would assume that and like Sticky would do the best off the
Mhm.
album stream wise.
Yeah.
I would, yeah, but I don't know. It's a really catchy song, really good, really fun, really the production's really good. So yeah.
Yeah. For my number five, I have I Killed You. Yeah, I just
Why are you
yeah,
scratching your neck at that? That song
If
is
my
I put it at
next
13, then you haven't even fucking listed it yet, bro. Like shit. Am I dumb? No, I'm kidding.
but no, I have I Killed You. It's just a really good song. I just really liked it. Like you guys said, the first 8 seconds were kind of annoying, but I was able to look past all that, and I feel like at some point I'm not even gonna realize it's there anymore, and I'm just gonna vibe to the rest of the song. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think. Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, that's my four. That's what I got it for. Yeah, I love the beat on this song. Like in the first half, the like slapping drums with the guitar is just so unique for a hip hop song. Um, And I like how it's like instead of like a chorus, it's like Tyler going, I killed you, and then he says something and then I killed you. I think that's a cool way to do a song that not a lot of people do anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, I just think that this song, and then the transition through the middle of the song into the Childish Gambino outro, I think is beautiful. And then Childish Gambino kills this song. When I listened to it for the first time, I like was making eggs, and then I sat down on the floor when I heard that. I was like, "Holy shit, this is beautiful!"
Yeah.
And
That's one of the highlights of the entire album is Childish Gambino's part in this song.
yeah,
Definitely.
Mm.
yeah, so cool to have him in too after he popped out at his Coachella set. Yeah, this song is great. Like I put at the bottom, I think this is like a one of one Tyler track. He doesn't have another song like this, and I think the uniqueness and how good it is, Childish Gambino outro, how it's all set up. That's why I got it at 4.
Yeah. And I'm glad that him and Gambino worked together finally.
Mm. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, because they've been in the same space for so long, and it's funny because Tyler at Coachella, he was like, I used to hate Childish Gambino. And then he's like, oh, like we worked it out or whatever. So yeah, I think it's cool that they're working together too because they're like kind of in the same sphere of hip hop.
Yeah.
And them coming together has proved to be awesome with the songs that he's on this album. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Gambino compliments him really well too.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, my 4. It's getting serious at this point. You're still here, comment how freaking serious it's getting. At my 4, I put Like Him.
Mm.
I just think like the more I listen to it, the more I like it. And it's just like it's so powerful. And I think too, like there are certain songs on this album that are just like meant for a person, and it's like certain struggles that people have gone through that like feel unique to them. He's speaking to them. And I think like this is a situation where like someone who grows up without a father or without a parent is like, wow, it's just so relatable. And I think that is like so powerful, and you just don't find that in music very often. And so that's why it's so high for me. But like, I don't relate to it. I live with my dad. So like, that's why like it's a 4 for me, but I understand how powerful it is. I really like it. And I think it does
Yeah.
have some catchiness to it even. So I don't know. I like that song.
Yeah.
It's good. Really powerful.
Okay. My number 4. Noid. Noid was my number 4. I don't know. I just we were saying earlier, I heard it the first time when it came out before the album. I was like, oh, okay, this is not that, it wasn't really hitting for me at first. And then I heard it when I was listening to it yesterday, and I was listening to it today too. It just kept hitting for me. Every time I hear it, I just keep liking it. I also just like the little African snippet that he did on it is just also really great. And then every time I hear it transition into Ratata, I go back and listen to Noid again, and it just keeps hitting. Yeah, I just it's just a really good song for me. It just vibes great. Love it. Love the beat. Love the production on it. So it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a really unique song. Like
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Kind of gave me Black Panther vibe for a second. I don't know if that's if that's problematic to say, but it did.
Oh, Rip Chadwick, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Rip Chadwick.
All right, we're moving into the top 3. Our top 3
let's do it.
songs from Chromakopia.
Crazy. This is it.
I have Like Him at 3. Yeah, this is the closest I came to crying at this album. So like what I said here was like what makes a great artist an amazing artist is them being able to tell a story that you don't relate to at all, and you being able to be in their shoes and feel the emotions that they're talking about, and to the depths that they're bringing. And that's exactly what this song did for me. Like the start of it, how it has that's his mom in all the intros, right? Is it, or is it okay? Yeah, like him saying like, oh, you have his legs, you have his hands, and then it's Tyler talking about like how he has like some of his personality traits and how that like works into his life, and then talking about his life without his father. I was really moved by this song without relating to it, just from like how personal it felt from him. I feel
Mm.
like this is one of his most personal songs in a different way than his other songs. And yeah, the chorus is so good too. The instrumental makes you feel like you're in like a magic forest or something. I put Over the Garden Wall in this. If you guys
Yeah,
know what Over the
yeah.
Garden Wall is, then that's like what the instrumental felt like. So my top three songs I feel like are 10 out of 10, and this is a 10 out of 10 song for me. I think the song is
Mm.
perfect, super moving. I love this song. Like him is great. That's why I have it at my three.
That's fair. I'd probably say my top four are tens. Um, yeah, yeah, Like Him is a very special song. It really is.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, three I have Take Your Mask Off. Um, we've talked about that song a lot this episode, and what is said has been said, and I don't want to really say it again. Fuck you, JD Vance, I guess.
Yeah.
I think some of his best verses, like of his career, on this song. Really, it's yeah, preach a man, preach. I think that's an incredible verse, and I like how he questions religion and questions authority, and it's just
Mm.
like, how are you listening to these people when their actions are so different than what they're preaching, and
Mm.
yeah, him talking to himself as well is really cool. Um, yeah, it's a very this to me is almost like a like a 101 Tyler track. Not just in the message, it's just so unique and not even just so well done. And
Yeah.
it's just a perfect song to me. It's so good. And the production is fantastic. The way the song starts is so good. I don't know. And it just continues. And it like slows down and picks up, and you don't like when you first started listening to this song, like it slows down and you kind of think it's ending or it's going somewhere else, and then it re-picks up on the same way. Really good. So yeah, take your mask off. What? What are you doing that for? What
Yeah,
is
I'm just in the library and the little 10:30 cut off, like it's time to get out type deal. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, there's like background music. Didn't want to fuck it up over what Ethan was saying.
oh, I
But
didn't even I
Speak,
didn't even hear
make
it.
them speak a little. I
yeah,
was like, what are they
okay.
doing that for?
I thought you were bringing in your next pick. I thought you were gonna be like for number three.
Okay, number three. Let's do
Here
it.
we freaking go.
Balloon, guys. Sorry.
Shit.
Yeah, I know Balloon was kind of ranked low for everyone, but yeah, like I said earlier, and you're gonna notice with my top two also, like I just love when songs just kind of have like that little oomph to it. It just sounded really good. And I do agree, like thinking about it right now, what Loudon was saying earlier, or I was it Ethan was saying like, oh, like it might not really be like, like it just kind of thinking about it right now, it maybe might not really sound like a Chromacopia, like, like it might not really be part of like the set, like the song list. Like maybe it could have just been like a single outside of Chromacopia. But yeah, I just thought it was a really good song. I
Still
would
tough.
replay it. Yeah, it's still tough. I even comes to the library today, I played it a bunch too. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that we are capturing this in this video. Like,
Yeah.
you can like the different listening experiences
Mm,
take away and
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, because there's something for everyone on this album. No matter
Oh
what,
yeah.
no matter what you're into, you're gonna have a different top like songs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and it's good that he brought those like thumpers to the world. Like, yeah,
Oh
you can
yeah,
Oh
bump
yeah.
them. It's like, yeah, yeah, I'm glad that they're on the album.
definitely. Now
Especially
mine, yeah, definitely sticky. Now my number two, Darling I.
this is one.
Um,
Someone leave my skull.
yeah, for
Fair.
right from when I heard it, I was like this is the one right here.
Yeah.
Like the beat is just it's so good. It makes you feel good. Um, like I said at the bottom, and like you listen to it, it makes your day better just because the energy of the song is like I don't know, like how Balloon for me at times, like I'll listen to it and be like, okay, that's too much happy. I feel like I can be in any mood and be like, this is the
Mm,
perfect amount of happy, you know. Tizo's verse on it is great. um I just think it's super smooth track. Yeah, I can't really say much more about it than that, than just like it's a perfect song. It's perfectly happy. The verses on it are great. um
mm.
I just feel like there won't be a time when I put this on and I'm like, I don't want to listen to this right now.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's why I got it at 2.
It's a really good song. It was always hovering around my like 5-4 area because it's like it's good. It's just that good.
Yeah.
Like, but at my number 2, I have Hey Jane. I just kind of like
Mm.
him. It's just such a unique song because it captures in that situation, which is so common, by the way. It's such a common thing that happens to so many people. Um, but it's demonized in this country for whatever
Oh
fuck.
yeah.
Um, but it gives a male and female perspective and like a male support, like I don't know, it's just really cool. And I think it's a really powerful track for him to do it.
Yeah.
Um, Powerful for a lot of people that are listening. And I'm really glad he did it. I'm really glad he did that song.
Yeah, same.
Um,
I think it was good for him to do like, yeah, that song is great because he does both perspectives, and I feel like that
mm,
kind of is helping destigmatize that kind of
mm,
situation as well, because it's like we're all people going through this, and like we all
mm.
have our perspectives on going through it, but it's something that you work through together, and you can see that with like his two perspectives, them talking to each other about it. And
Yeah.
yeah, super important song to have. I think that's a good pick for 2.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just to add to that too, you know, I feel like when we are talking about earlier how, sometimes you can't really tell, how in my head sometimes I always feel like, oh, like what are some of our favorite artist stands on like some like important like social issues? And there you have it. Like, you can get as simple as that. Like, saying like the male perspective almost sounds like it's like an ally of this like demonized thing here in the United States or even here in Wyoming. And you also have the female's perspective too. And yeah, just just in general, I feel like a lot of Tyler the Creator fans should just, stand for reproductive rights for women. That's just the tea. Anyways,
Everybody should.
yeah, everyone should. Everyone
Everybody.
should. Everyone should. But yeah, for number 2, I have Ra Ta Ta for number 2. Like
What
I
about this
said,
number 2? Yeah.
like I said, I kept, the transition between Noe and Ra Ta Ta was, you know, and I just kept going back to both those songs over and over again. And as I kept replaying it, it just kept sounding better. I feel in my head, I just felt like Ra Ta Ta just like sounded like the like really like authentic like Kendrick song. It just felt like the bass and how the beats came in and how everything was introduced felt like it really hit for me on how in my head, if I hadn't listened to Kendrick like a Tyler the Creator song before, I would just think like that's how it was supposed to sound. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good pick for 2. That's such a
Yeah,
banger of a track.
yeah, it is.
All right, we're on to the number ones, our favorite songs off of Chromacopia. We made it.
Number ones, number ones,
Number ones, dropping number 1 in the chat.
Chat. One's in the chat.
ones in the chat.
My number 1, Judge Judy.
Legendary supremacy.
One of Tyler's best songs ever. The
Mm,
the pacing on this song, like what is it, like 4.5 minutes long or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
And the whole thing feels like it flows so nicely together. I feel like he takes a lot of risks on this song, like with his
mm,
vocal performance and kind of with the instrumental, but I mean he did great with the production on this as well. But all of the risks that he
mm,
takes pay off on this song, and it makes it super unique and super good. And I like the message on it too. Like he's just talking about like not being judgmental to yourself, being judgmental to others in certain situations. And like usually that would, like I said, it's not coming off corny. Usually that'd be like a corny message maybe, but
Yeah,
I think in this
yeah,
situation, like he does it perfectly.
yeah.
The background vocals are amazing. Childish Gambino's on this too. And I think he harmonizes with everybody else perfectly, the other people on this track. And yeah, the flows between the choruses and the verses are just perfect. Like, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 song for me. It's yeah, the flow is perfect. Tyler's verses are great, and like his vocal performance, even though it's like something different, I think it hits perfectly. Everything about this song is great to me, so that's why I have it at number one.
Well, well, well.
We're finally here.
Here, and I agree with you fully. Judge Judy is also my number one. I think that point you have about him taking risks is really that's a really good point. It's true. Because like when he's like, and I don't judge like that, like he does take some vocal risks. And I was thinking about this
Mhm,
too. In the past, he said how he like doesn't like himself as a singer. I
mhm.
like on this album, I was like, seems like you kind of do because you're saying your fucking ass off.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Saint Chroma was a lot of singing. That's
Yeah.
how yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was singing on like a lot of tracks, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So like
Yeah.
like that self-confidence too, like they go from not liking your voice, or I guess not a voice, but like doesn't think he's a great singer and then is now singing a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Judge Judy will probably be like my number one song this year, I would assume at this point. I've listened to it a ton already. Um, yeah. I think Cardi's definitely on it too.
Mhm.
Those, that's definitely on it. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, it's a perfect song in my opinion. Well,
Hey, number one, you guys already know.
sticky.
Sticky, 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 sticky. I didn't really need to like cause talk too much on that just because I felt like the entire podcast I've been saying like sticky, sticky. But yeah, love Sexy Red, love Gloria, love Lil Wayne too. They're all powerful features, I think. And yeah, Sticky replay value is gonna be insane. I feel like I'm gonna be listening to that Sticky Balloon. Probably annoyed, probably like, my constant replay stuff. But yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
great
sir.
song, such a banger. I feel like
Yeah.
that one, if there's gonna be a hit from the album, I feel like that will probably be it.
I
Yeah.
think Darling I and Sticky are probably
Yeah,
the biggest hits off this album.
that's what I'd say
I would
too.
I would say though that I did know Judge Judy and like him to go back and really like listen to those because those are like both of you really like rank those two like higher. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and grind a little on those songs, but yeah,
And when
yeah,
you put Judge Judy at 12, I was like,
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
when I saw
both of
everyone's
our
faces
ones.
drop, I was like, oh, might have to go back and listen to that one, but
we'll have to
it is
clip
what
that.
it is. Yeah, yeah,
That's the point though. That's the point. Go
yeah.
back and you know enjoy it. That's what's so great about like Tyler. Like I said that earlier about how my dad was like, "Oh, no one makes albums anymore." Well, like an album is
Mhm.
supposed to be like this album will be out the rest of our lives, and
Oh
it'll
yeah,
probably be an
yeah,
important album for the rest of our lives. So like,
mhm,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
We can always go back to this album,
yeah.
unless everything goes to shit. I don't know. Spotify no longer exists, or
Yeah, we might have to burn this album on a disc just so
Yeah,
just in case.
Elon Musk buys Spotify, ruins it completely, or some shit like that.
JD
Who
Vance gets his grimy hands on it.
knows?
Yeah, all that's left of Spotify is JD Vance's playlist.
We're in a regime, advanced
Crazy.
regime. It's just his shit list.
Insane. Insane.
But all right, that's gonna be it for this podcast. Speaking of that, though, since this is coming out on Halloween, go vote.
Yeah, go vote.
We're not gonna tell you who to vote for,
I'll do that.
go vote.
Go
Oh,
vote.
well.
And especially if you're not in Wyoming, please
Mhm.
go vote. Please go vote. If you're
Yeah.
a viewer of this and you're still here for what I
Mhm.
don't, I'm glad you are, but go vote.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, guys, for having me. This was really fun. I enjoyed every moment of it. Also, it just like gives a great perspective to how like other people see music. You know, if you hang out with people who like kind of have the same, if we all had the same ranking, it would be just kind of lame. But it's good that we all kind of had like different rankings.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Precious. Thanks for taking the time. It was great having you on.
No problem. No problem.
All right. That's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Go vote. Happy Halloween. Have fun. Have fun out
Bye.
there.
Later.